Hey there, hi there, ho there. Welcome to Marshall County Today, the new talk show aimed at informing you about stories of people and businesses around your neighborhood. It's a half-hour extension of our Max 98.3 morning show. Today, got some wonderful guests with us here as we welcome in Laura Mann and Sandy Sanis as two of our finest downtown merchants that are here. They spearhead a lot of our activities that goes on in this town, and we welcome them here today because, well, we couldn't pick a better time to have you in.
Yeah.
Because Thursday we were going to have a huge block party.
We were going to,
We were going to, right. Until you guys got together and started calling everybody up and saying, yeah, because of the heat, we may change things, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
It's a little oppressive. You know, the National Weather Service has a heat advisory out anyway. So we decided that in all safety, we needed to move it to next Thursday, June the 27th. So you could just hang on a week.
Yeah.
It'll still be a lovely 80-something degrees, I'm sure.
Well, it'll still be at least, hey, it's kickoff to summer block party,
Yeah.
so we do need some heat.
We do,
We do
yes.
need some heat to it,
I
but
agree. No, I agree.
we don't need oppressive heat.
But, you know, it's still, this block party is going to be pretty cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I think
And
so.
Either one of you can step up and tell us a little bit what we can expect next Thursday.
So we're going to be shutting off Michigan Street from Washington to LaPorte Street, and we'll have food trucks. Some of the local food trucks will be there. You can get Dainty Donuts and Bailey's Sweet Kettle Corn and Chago's Tacos and
Berry Smash Burgers
Smash
and
Burgers.
ice cream.
Bob Byers will be there with his snow cone machine for sure. Maybe cotton candy if it's not too humid, but
Right.
cotton candy and humidity really don't go together
No,
very
no,
well.
Not for cotton candy.
So there'll be a little bit of everything. You can also, of course, go if you want to get inside in the air conditioning. You can go into one of the downtown restaurants and sit down and eat. We will have a band playing. Bottoms Up will be playing from 5 until 8.
Oh, they're local, right?
They are. Maggie Nixon is the singer
Oh,
for
okay,
that.
Okay.
So they'll be playing on Garrow Street between the museum and Sandy's store, Simply Stated Gifts. We always kind of tuck them in there.
Right.
It's the best for the sound wise because it kind of just goes down Garrow Street instead of getting bouncing around inside the building. So
Good.
that'll be fun.
Yeah, we'll be out. We'll be doing a little remote for about an hour or so, and then I'm just excited to help promote this for you guys, and I think it's a
appreciate
real big thing. And I just got the list of what's all going to be happening here in the downtown area.
There's nothing to do in Plymouth.
Yeah, you know, ain't that
Yeah, that's
the
what
truth?
people like
I'm
to say.
so sick and freaking tired of people saying there's nothing to do in this town.
Yep.
Pay attention. for
And there's
starters.
nothing downtown.
Yeah,
All the
nothing.
stores
Yeah,
are all
there's-
vacant.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
nothing here.
Yeah.
Don't worry about even coming into downtown. Well, guess what?
Somebody messaged me last night on social media that they were disappointed in the downtown and how many empty storefronts there are. And I wanted to ask the person, what downtown were you in?
Yeah, where
Yeah,
are you
exactly.
looking at?
Because we know of 2 people right now
Looking.
that would love to have a spot in downtown,
Yeah.
and
There's no place.
Yeah,
Anywhere that's open has a project in the
and
works.
something is going on.
Right.
So,
Right.
And I'm glad we can talk about that now.
yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
there was times where it was a tough.
Oh, yes.
We had a few buildings that
Yeah.
were empty.
That's exactly right.
You know, but that's not the case now. I
Right.
know we've got a restaurant that's going to be coming in by the old NIPSCO building here shortly. It's going to be opening up. They're shooting maybe for August or September. And then we got another restaurant that's going to be by Barbara Darrell's, just a couple doors down from the Reese.
Right?
And I love those guys. I mean, they're great people, and they've been, you know, this is the second crack at it for, you know, them, and they see another need to just give another bit of variety restaurant wise.
Right.
You know, and like I said, and we've got the charcuterie, how do you say that?
Charcuterie.
Charcuterie.
Yeah.
You know, we got that business.
Yeah, Gather to
that's
Graze.
getting in. You know, and listen, for those who don't think there's not enough here, come walk this sidewalk.
And that's
Get on the
really
sidewalks
what-
and go.
Yeah, that's
Go
really
look.
why we do the events that we do in the downtown. You know, this block party and the scavenger hunt at Christmas time and the chocolate walk. We never have one of those events that somebody says, oh, I didn't even know this was here.
Yes.
and
Always.
get people out of their car and onto the sidewalk and walking, and they get to notice instead of just zooming down Michigan Street. They actually notice what's here and what you don't have to go to South Bend or Warsaw
Exactly.
for.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
Well, and here's the other thing. In years past, it's always been like pulling teeth to try to get all of the downtown businesses to participate. That's not the case anymore. We've got about everybody who stays open. In this case, what, from 5. What time's the hour?
5 to 8.
5 to 8. 5 to 8. People understand. You know what? 3 hours ain't going to kill me.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
I'll stay
right.
open for that extra length of time because we're going to have people here.
Right.
And I know, Laura, you and both, Sandy, have really been instrumental in trying to keep this town as busy as possible. Heck, we got the Mayor's Month of Music starting on the 5th.
Can you believe it?
Yeah.
I can, because it's something we mark down on our calendars because we enjoy being part of.
Yeah, we
So,
appreciate you being there.
And that's the whole part of why I feel personally, and again, I get to see and watch and promote. People are making that investment into here now because of the things that we're trying to do. And it's not like it's every time you come to an event like this, it's the same thing. No, we got a tractor show that's going to be coming up.
Oh yeah,
Right.
July
Right here in downtown.
July 20th.
Right.
That's been an annual event that just draws people.
Yes, it does.
Well, and you know what event is so exciting to me is Arts in the
Arts,
Street.
exactly what I was going to say.
That's
Yes.
It started
awesome.
out just one block, like even half the block,
right.
Yep.
right in front
Right.
of their business.
Yep.
And now Anna has a waiting list for this year so large that they're probably going to have to expand to the third block.
Right.
And that is so cool to me to have watched something go from little
Itty-bitty.
tiny backyard basically to huge.
Yeah.
And and the best part about that is it brings artists from all over, not just right here in Northern Indiana. It brings artists from all over who have a following. So people come from all over to follow their favorite artist and see new ones. So we're bringing people into the downtown that may never have been here.
Yes.
But because of events like Arts in the Street, they come to Plymouth, Indiana.
Absolutely. And again, because Anna was on a couple days ago, last week, and we were talking about that. And I know we've had this discussion before, Laura, you and I, is, a key to a successful downtown is, one, the commitment of everybody. And then two, finding that niche.
Yeah.
That.
Right.
Sandy, your classic example with your store. I mean, and then you just opened up a new one, Laura. I mean, so you got two, but yours is different. Yours is different. That's what is enticing.
Right.
If people come to this town, they will see each store front, the art center. Each got their own little niche, and that is crucial. We got so many retails here right now that we got our buildings filled that are different from yours, and different from. They're all different, and I think that's really says an awful lot about understanding how we can grow this downtown. It also says that we got some pretty smart people here, that kind of understands about marketing and local marketing.
Right.
There's a big difference.
Right.
And like I said, I feel we've got some momentum going on, and I think it's kind of started maybe a couple years ago, but I really see the wheels are turning. Last year, and looking at our list this year, man, there's this town's becoming a good cup of coffee if you're a coffee drinker.
Yeah.
There's a lot that's going on right now that can really just make this at least 1 to 2 stop on the calendar to make.
Yeah.
And like I said, variety is always the spice of life, and everybody has got that now.
Yeah.
When I opened the Butterfly Boutique, there were 2 other boutiques that opened at about the same time.
About the same time, yep.
Within months of each other. And somebody said to me, "Why would you do that?" Well, because we may all be clothing boutiques, and Sandy carries some clothing in her store too, but none of us carry the same thing,
Right.
or the same price point,
Right.
or the same style. So if you come into Plymouth and you stop, you're more likely to stop if there's options
variety.
than if there's just one.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and it's the same with the restaurants. Everybody's like, oh, is so-and-so restaurant owner very happy about the new restaurant? Yeah, they are. Because if there's options, people are more likely
To show up.
come downtown.
More people.
Right.
Not
More
just
people.
the same.
Right.
More.
Right.
You know, and again, competition's always healthy to begin with. Believe me, I think it's, you know, because it steps up our game, it steps up everybody else's game to draw. Now, who's the benefactor out of all that? The people that come walking in.
Right.
Right.
You know, there's your benefactors. Now it's up to you once you get them in your doors to bring them back.
Right.
Well, and the best part I think about a small business, and I think it's the same at Sandy's, if somebody comes in and they're like, hey, I was looking for this.
Right.
I'm more likely to listen to them and say, hey, well, let me see if I can order that for you.
Right.
You walk into Target, they're going to look at you like, we don't order stuff.
Yeah.
Because they don't. That, you know, that's all in the national corporate level. So if you want something unique and specific, you need to come
Right.
to
Well,
a small downtown.
And the other thing about small downtown and going with that variety that we have, similar but yet different in our uniqueness, is if somebody comes in my door and they're like, Sandy, I'm on the hunt for this. Oh, you know what? I bet you that Laura has that at Butterfly Boutique. Or I bet you if you go down to Nari Simple Treasures, there's got to be somebody in there that will have that. You know, it's the
Yeah.
we kind of know what everybody has. And by golly, I'm going to try to help them find the item in our town, because it's probably somewhere. Just got to find which one of us and point them in the direction. And it's interesting, the comments you'll hear from people go, wow, you're really going to send me to a competitor? And I'm like, well, they're not really a competitor. We're all in this together,
Right.
and they have it.
It's the only way
right.
we survive the box
Right.
stores.
Exactly. Exactly.
It's the only way
That-
small town,
Yep.
downtown businesses, and
It's
specifically
called-
we're talking here. It's the only way we are going to beat the Walmarts and
Yep.
the Costco's and
Yep.
whatever else you can find.
Premium customer service.
Exactly, and that is it. There's no magical pill here that's going to bring people in other than us having to fight our hind ends and back each other to support each other.
Right.
There just isn't.
Right.
And you know, and I always find it interesting. A lot of people, and I know social media, you know, it is what it is with that. The thing is, a lot of people get real bold and make comments, and once someone says, "Hey, well, this is what's happening," next thing you know, it's foot and mouth when they make their next comment. You know, it's the same here. When I see comments and I make it, you know, it's like, listen, if you don't go to the Heartland Arts Center, for example, and see what they've done, you are missing out.
Oh, definitely.
You get to make the decision to whether or not you want to go or not.
Right.
You know, and I'm kind of more aggressive than most people, and that's
What?
But that's just me.
What?
But that's just me. I mean, you know, I'm here on a mission to make it work for people. It's the only thing I got to hang my hat on.
I do get pretty defensive when there's comments like, well, there's nothing down here.
Yeah.
There's all these empty storefronts. No, there's not.
No.
I'm sorry, there is not. And you may see a storefront that doesn't have anything in it,
Yeah.
like the window next to yours
Yes.
on Garrow Street. But that doesn't mean there's not a plan for that.
Right.
You know, it's not for lease, it's not for sale, or there'd be a sign in it.
Right.
So clearly there's a plan for
There
that
is a
area.
plan for it. Right.
So I don't know. People never cease to amaze me.
Well, and when you're a business owner, you know, operations guy here. We always got to come to that conclusion. We're never going to satisfy everybody,
Right.
you know. But by God, you're going to see the effort. You
Yeah.
know, and again, I go by you making the decision of opening up two businesses here that are different. Your business completely different from almost everybody here with what you've done. We've got niches. We've got options. You know, so just pay attention before you start spouting off non-truth here.
Right.
And that's, you know, and I almost maybe pay too much attention to that. But if I don't say something, then they'll never know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
You know, I listen, our listeners, we get feedback from, we heard you talk about, well, from the Heartland Art Center, and we talked about the hours, but they wanted it as a reminder. So we know we're listening. And each one of us here, no matter what medium we use to promote, we're always going to have to be circling back to, well, I said this in this one post, what the hours were. Then we get the question 2 days later, well, what's your hours? You know, we're just going to have to do that. You know,
Right.
that's all there is to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just part of the business part. I really think, though, what everybody has done, and I know you two have been really good spearheaders of doing this for this town. You know, you guys are made sure that this town has options, and that's what makes it. I mean, Reese Theater, there's a classic example. That's a big niche
Yep.
that
Yes.
we've got here.
Yeah.
And it benefits everybody because they got to go to eat before they go enjoy popcorn at the Reese. There's options.
Well, and if nothing else, even if you don't go to the Reese,
Right.
the way the Reese looks on the outside
Yes.
now
Yeah.
changes the entire feel of our downtown.
Correct.
And I know there's been talk about the building recently painted across the street from us being red. It doesn't matter. It does not matter one iota what you think about it. It's that every time I drive by it, I'm looking at it.
Well, and there was some pride in ownership when they painted that.
Well, sure.
Well,
No, I
absolutely.
know.
I mean, that was no
Absolutely.
simple task.
Well, no,
No.
not at all.
Right.
I watched him do it.
Yeah.
It was amazing. But my point is, you know, there's a bigger picture here than having a big, bright red building in the middle of downtown. It got my attention. It's getting everybody else's attention.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now you got an option to walk your butt through those doors to find out what's it about.
Yep.
You got an option now. So don't sit there and complain that there's nothing going on in downtown. Or there's no places to go. If you're up there saying bad, good, indifferent about the color of that building, guess what? You're talking about it.
Right.
Go see.
Right.
Go see for yourself what it's
I'm
about.
anxious to see what is going to open in there.
Me too.
Well,
Me too.
I heard things, but I mean, I'm not going to, discuss it obviously because it's not open yet. But like I said, and you hit it around the head. Just because it's an empty building right now doesn't mean it's not going to be used.
Things don't happen overnight.
Absolutely.
Opening a business.
Oh God, no!
You know,
good
I'll
golly.
tell you, I kudos to both of you for opening up buildings in this type of environment right now. I mean, one that shows a passion for what you're doing.
Well, we believe in this downtown.
And that's two. I mean, that's an element.
Yeah.
But as an individual business owner, I mean, that's your life right here. I mean,
Exactly.
that's your livelihood. And you want it to work. And however you do it, you do it.
Yep.
You know, so it's like, I don't like the I just don't like the comments like you, Laura. I'm like you. I answer back.
Well, I'm going to tell you that negativity is unnecessary. I mean,
In a town-
and if
in
you
a
don't
small
have
town.
anything nice to say, then keep your mouth closed.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, if you have a problem with something, take it to, if there's a problem with one of my stores, you come in and you see, oh, well, this is a problem. Okay, come and talk to me.
So we can get it fixed.
You know,
get-
a
right.
prime example I would tell you, Sunday night we went to a restaurant in Bass Lake for dinner, and the service was subpar, and we eat out a lot. So I mean, we tend to overlook a lot of things, but it was terrible. But the food was fantastic. So the owner of this restaurant was making rounds, picking things up, helping the staff out because they were busy. It's summer. It's
Right.
Bass Lake.
It's
That's
bad.
right.
Yeah, right.
And she's asked Kevin, how was everything? And he said, the food was great, and told her about the service. Because if she doesn't know,
She's never going to know.
she doesn't know.
Yeah.
And she can't make any changes or remediation. but he approached it with her. You know, we didn't go home and put up some social media post bashing this restaurant about how terrible the service was and we're never going there again. Because number one, that's not true. We'll be going there again because the food was great. And we know that it was an off night for that server.
Right.
Or maybe she just needed a little more training. She was new. I don't know. But rather than blowing up some negative post on social media and then all the people that jump onto that, why don't you blow up some positive post on social media that says, hey, I was in downtown Plymouth at whatever place and they had exactly what I needed and it was great, or
The service was great,
Right.
or
I couldn't find what I wanted and I said to the lady there that owns it, hey, I need this. And she's like, okay, I'll get it for you. You know, rarely do you see posts like that.
No,
Right.
no. Well, we're in a society that bitching and moaning is a lot easier, and social media allows us to tuck behind that. That's why I know Facebook has its things, but Facebook's also deceiving, especially when it comes to, you know, you can't base it just on the amount of likes you get. And the other part about that is it's just so much easier for people to hide behind.
Yes.
You know, it's like if you have this to say, if you're on your platform that you want to complain about, okay, you know what? You have the right to do that. It's Facebook. It allows you to do that. But what's that say about your character when the next time you go there, or maybe you go to someplace different and you had a great experience? Why is that so difficult to post that?
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
So that's a character thing for me. That tells me who you are,
Yep.
you know? And so,
You know, a lot of cities and towns in Indiana are shutting off the comments
They are.
on their social media.
They are.
Elkhart being the first one. We in the city of Plymouth are shutting off comments because they are unbelievable. Some of them, the things that people are comfortable in typing are just, I'm dumbfounded sometimes.
yeah.
And so
It really, and for those of you listening, we've had that too. Not a lot. I'm going to pat ourselves in the back. We've had, but the ones that do it don't understand what we do or what we're trying to do. So it's easier for me to say, well, I welcome you to come in so we can sit down and have a discussion. And if it's still not satisfactory to you, how do we do this? But no one's going to take that time to do it. It's like I said, social media right now in this society that we are living in allows too many people to hide behind their comments. And when you see that, and they're not constructive, It's just, I hate this and I hate that, and I don't.
Why this
They
and
talk about owners that they never met. They have the gaudiness to complain about people in the business and the owners when they've never met them.
right.
I know this for a fact. So it's like, you know, it's a character thing. If you're going to sit there and hide behind a social media comment and tear down, let me see a positive post from you. That way, I'm not going to have an impression of the fact that all you do is complain about stuff that you had a one-time experience with.
Well, and you don't know, your comment might be the thing that pushes somebody over the edge.
And, well, I didn't think about that, but I can definitely understand that.
That's why if you don't have anything pleasant to say, just don't talk.
Yeah, you know, or if you do, go to the person.
Yeah.
Or go to the business.
Yep.
And tell them about your experience so they can correct it. Because like you said just a moment ago, you don't know what you don't know.
That's right.
You
That's
don't know
right.
what you don't know. Well, I even enjoyed this conversation.
That was fast.
Because I love it. Don't get me wrong. I know, but
Mayor Summer Music's coming up.
let's get to that.
I'm just going to run down the, what is this thing called? Schedule. It's a schedule.
Schedule.
Lord. It's hot out. Okay. First concert, July 5th, Mr. Funny Man. This is all of these come from suggestions from folks. I did not pick any of these this year. I just took everyone's suggestion, and this is what we got.
Okay.
So we'll see. Mr. Funnyman. July 12th is Dead to Rights, which is a Grateful Dead tribute. July 19th is Small Town, which is John Mellencamp.
Oh. All right.
July 26th is the Cold Hearts, which is country. August 2nd, which is the PHS All School Reunion Day,
Sure.
is Rock Dogs. Now, we've had Rock Dogs before. Eddie McDermott, he's in that band. He's a local guy, so they'll be here. August 9th is Echoes of Pompeii, which is a Pink Floyd tribute. August 16th is another hometown band, This Homemade Conspiracy.
Oh.
If you have not heard those young people, holy
Man.
cow.
I remember. You remember when they first played, and I think it was
Art in the Street was their
Street.
first public performance.
The crowd they got, and I knew right then and there. I had to interview the singer
Yeah.
because I was just flabbergasted how good that group actually
They
was
are good.
then.
Yeah.
And now they're even better.
Well, and they opened for Pacifier
Isn't it?
at
Yeah.
the Reese thing. So
Yeah, so they're getting some great notoriety.
Yeah.
And rightfully deserved.
August 23rd is the Justin Staublin Band, and they're local as well. August 30th is Amarillo Sky, which is another country band. And September 6th, the most requested band I have ever had, was sure that I couldn't afford them, and I was wrong. Because of our sponsors, I was able to secure Blammo.
Oh, yeah.
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 So
That's a
It's
nice
gonna
way to end it right there.
it is
Blammo's
going to
good.
be 10 great weeks of music. And if it wasn't for our sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do it. First Federal Savings Bank, Visit Marshall County, Pro Resources, U.S. Granules, Bob's Cafeteria, Zentis,
Oh, sorry. That's me.
King's Buffet, Hoosier Racing Tire, Everwise Credit Union, NIPSCO, Thomas Alspal Insurance, Max 98.3, Handy Spot Liquor, Collins and Company Realtor, Giant FM, Xfinity, VS Engineering, Republic Services, the Downtown Plymouth Merchants Group, Casey's, Bowen Printing, and Gibson. Oh, and a new one just today, Bloom Party Rentals.
Nice.
And that-
And they're local?
Yeah, they're new. Haas Conley called me today.
Oh, Haas. Okay.
So I don't know. So
nice.
there are no tax dollars spent. Now I will
Yes.
tell you that 10 weeks of music plus expenses, which is porta potties, meals for the band, pushes just over $30,000.
Really.
So
Thank you, sponsors.
Yes, exactly.
it couldn't happen because
Right.
the mayor is not going to spend tax dollars
Right.
on concerts.
Well, that was listen. That was made when we first started. That was
Right.
tax dollars. We're not going to be used.
Yeah,
for
we've
this.
never used tax dollars for this.
Some of its sponsors. Well, and you've done a great job in getting them all together. As you always do with this. So it's
Some really
See, this
new
is
ones.
a- This is another event in downtown.
Right.
That started itty bitty.
Oh yeah, there's like
Absolutely.
60
Now-
people at the first concert.
Right.
Yeah.
And now,
No,
what do you average?
1,600.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's always a fun time. We look forward to being there again as one of your sponsors, and I appreciate the effort. And really, quite frankly, that's one of the reasons why I go to my boss and say, "Hey, listen, man, there's a lot of effort that's put into this. And if we're going to say we're an effort radio station, then we need to be supporting this, And so that's why we're in again this year.
Yeah.
And so we appreciate that effort because it helps us promote the downtown at the same time. So
And it's fun.
and it is. It really, really is. And so we're very excited about it. I know I'm going to have you guys back soon because we really haven't hit everything that's going to be happening.
Nope.
And maybe I'll just do a quick rundown here. Some big events. Obviously, this Thursday's event, summer kickoff, is been postponed to the 27th, which is next Thursday.
Yes.
Right.
And it'll be from 5 to 8. You got the July sidewalk sales coming up 11th through the 13th.
Correct.
We got the tractor show
The following
the
weekend.
July
following
20th.
weekend. That's on the
Right.
20th. September 13th through the 14th, another sidewalk sales event.
Yep.
Yep.
And Barry's is going to be putting on a couple of cruises on Sunday. The Chocolate Walk, the 5th of October. Shop Small Saturday, the 30th. And then the Mayor's Summer Music is, you're going to be settling?
Every Friday in July, August, and the first Friday in September.
There we go. And yeah, it's going to be.
And Art in the Street on
Art in
July
the Street
27th.
on July
There you
27th.
go.
Yeah.
I think I got about as many as I could right there. So
Your calendars are full
yes. And
for free.
Exactly.
That's the
right.
thing. Most all of these events are free or very low cost. Like the
Absolutely.
Chocolate Walk is
$15 a ticket.
Right. That's a pretty cool thing. I don't know where you guys came up with it, but that's pretty cool.
Nashville, Indiana.
Really?
Kevin and I go to Nashville, Indiana in November for their Humane Society. They have a chocolate walk. There are 2,000 tickets sold.
Wow.
And last year when we went, there were 39 stops.
Nice.
So you got 39 pieces of something chocolate. And all the money goes to the Humane Society.
Who wouldn't want that? You know?
We do.
Right. It's chocolate.
It becomes a whole
Yeah.
weekend for us now.
Yeah.
All right, girls. Thank you so much for coming in. Laura Mann, Sandy Sainez, thank you for what you guys do and keep up the great work.
Thank you.
Thanks, Tony.
All right. We got to get out of here, and we'll do this again, same bat time, same bat station tomorrow, right here on Max 98.